Hey, what's up, fans? This is EA Sports Game Changer Shop Master with another strategy and tip on how to use route combos versus zone. Yesterday, I put out a tip on curl flat reads and how that draws buzz zones to, to the flat so you can hit the curl wide open. And I've had a couple of people ask me, well, what are some other ways that you can sort of do route combos to draw defenders away from certain routes? So what I want to do today is we're just going to go into the lab and we're just going to pick a three wide receiver set right here. Um, oh, here's a good one, and it's called curl flat. Okay, so and then on defense, we're going to run the nickel 3-3-5 seam, and we're going to do cover three. Yesterday we talked about cover four and pulling those purple routes, those buzz zones to the flat. So now we actually have routes that go to the flat in the cover three, and we'll do some other zones. But first, let's just start off with the cover three. So as you can see right here, we actually have curl flats on both sides of the ball. And one of the things that I mentioned at the end of yesterday's session is that you can create your own curl flat concept. So for instance, if Matt Forte is maybe maybe this is his route before stock. You can always make it so he goes into the flat to sort of uh, open up the curl for Hester. So let's just run this play. Remember, this is against cover three. Just run this play, and there you go. You see the curl flat concept on the right of the ball, and then we're gonna run this play right here, and let's look at the left side of the ball. And yep, and there's the curl flat concept working great on the left side of the ball. Now, let's say, you got a user sitting on one side or they man somebody up. What are some other ways to get some of these routes open? So let's take a look. So one of the ways that I like to do is sort of do levels. And what I mean by levels is we see R1, we see Bennett running a post route. So what I would do is put Davis on a slant route. And so another thing I would do is put Hester on a fly route. So what this is sort of going to do is this is going to open up that middle of the field. So Hester should draw the defender that's over top of him, draw him deep, while Forte draws the guy to the side. Davis draws one of the linebackers, and that should open it up for Bennett. So let's see how that goes. We snap the ball. And there we can see we can hit Davis going across the side. But I also want to show you another something else that happened on that play that I really didn't get to. So as you see, we're gonna run it and see how Forte's gonna draw this defender right here up, and that's gonna open it up for the tight end across the middle of the field. Of course, he didn't catch it, but as you can see, he's wide open. Well, not wide open, but he's open. So some people say, well, you have to sort of account for, usering. Okay, so if you do that, let's say you do the same thing, and let's say the guy uses, I don't know, let's say he's taking control of the left middle linebacker. So he's going to follow Davis across. Well, if he follows Davis across, that leaves Bennett open behind um, the other linebacker. So let's take a look at it again. Let's zoom out a little bit. All right. So as you notice, you'll see Forte go to the flat, so he'll draw one linebacker. The tight end draws the other linebacker over. He has to go with that linebacker. And now, as you can see, Bennett is coming across the middle, and he's going to be led open for a nice pickup. The other thing that I want you to notice is, let's say, he uses the other middle linebacker, and so he checks, Bennett up in that slot. Well, I mean, you still have, you can hit. That means you can hit the tight end Davis going across. So he has to pick his poison sort of here. But these are just other reads that you can use. So another thing that I will do is I will put Forte in a curl route and leave Davis on a curl route. I mean on a flat. I mean I'll put yeah I'll leave Davis in a flat. So let's put Forte in a curl, leave Davis in a flat, and this will open it up for the curl underneath because what's going to happen is Bennett is going to take the linebacker up the field, the outside linebacker up the field, thus leaving, sort of the curl right there. Now, if he jumps the curl, then something else is going to be open. And you always got the curl flat open on the side. So you always got that if, that curl by Forte is not open. So let's switch up the D. Let me just run this real quick. All right, let's switch up the D real quick. Let's keep the same offensive formation, but let's switch up the defensive formation. All right, so we're gonna go back to that single back. What was it? Wing trio, and we'll still keep the curl flat. Um, but let's go to a I don't know. Let's go to a cover two sink. All right. So in a cover two sink, the flat's gonna be should be wide open because everybody's dropping back. That's another thing that should help you read defenses better is when you snap the ball, take a look at the linebackers. They're the easiest ones to see because they're right in front of you. If if they fall back, that means they're in zone. Now it could mean that the outside defenders are manned up, but that means those linebackers are in zone. So at the snap of the ball, see how they just you know I didn't get the ball off fast enough, but you saw how the defenders see how they just at the snap of the ball they drop back. They just fall back. If they were in man, they would actually turn and run with the defenders. But if they're backpedaling like that, they're more or less uh, in zone those linebackers. So let's run it again. And yeah, it's not a lot of yards, um, but it's good enough. But the other thing that you can do against a sink is hit Bennett over the middle. So if you see two safeties up at the top, usually, they're going to be in some kind of, two-man under. I'm gonna switch it to a cover three, and you'll see what happens. Now notice you only see one guy over the top, so that means it's either a cover three, some kind of man cover one, um, but that usually means that that guy is in the zone at the top. So let's go back. Let's reset our play to go back to the cover two sync, and we're just gonna wait. And there's Bennett wide open. So, guys, I suggest you just go into the lab, look at some combos, look at how you can get certain routes open. Don't be afraid to put guys into, a slant, put guys into a curl. And the great thing about this year is that you can move Forte, you can put them on a swing route to either side. You can put them, in a release route. You can put him on a wheel route. I mean, there's so many options for him that he's going to open up things going up the field. So Use the halfback routes to your advantage. Use the curl flat concept. Use defenders to draw defenders out of zones to open up defenders deep. Use all these things and practice, practice, practice. Get into the lab. Like I will always say this year, you don't have to cheat to compete. All you have to do is practice and lab. Please make sure you like this video, comment, and if you have any other suggestions or need help with anything else that you're trying to do or can't get your mind around certain concepts, let me know and I'll be able to help. I'll talk to you guys later.